Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and I'm about to do something that I consider pretty boring and kind of tedious. I'm going to use my copper paint, which I very seldom use because it looks way too much like brown for me, to cover a 10 by 20 inch canvas so that I have a dry ground the next time I want to do something, and I've got a few ideas about that. This is my canvas board that's been catching paint next to my my station for a while. There's some metallics on there and some other cool stuff, and yesterday I had some leftover paint left in a shovel and it became a big part of that process, and I guess at some point in time I could contemplate varnishing that, but I'm not sure it's done yet. Anyway, I just thought I'd share, and I'm going to spread some copper paint. And I gotta tell you, it's a lot easier to do this on a small canvas because I've been working on a 3 foot by 3 foot one to put gold paint on, and I was under the delusion because I did a 20 by 20 in gold that it wasn't that hard to do with the spatula, but you're always going to get some kind of marks, and on a 3 by 3 foot the ones behind you dry. So I'm on my third coat. My first 2 coats were gold I had to use up, and my third coat was my gold mica powder you can find on the Amazon link. And I'm just figuring it's abstract art. I can't be a perfectionist about abstract art, so I'm going to embrace the patterns that the spatula made. I may use this on that edge. I'd like to. Let's just put some on there. Haha! Before everything else, wait. Let's just put some more of that on there. I could do this again later, and it will probably drip. I'm not trying to be too precise right now. I expect to be able to run my finger across the edge at some point. And it's pretty sheer, so there will definitely be either 1 or 2 more coats of this before my process is done. And being that these are the inexpensive value pack of canvases that obviously come from, for me, they come from Michael's, but they could come from anywhere, and I'm sure they're all from China. No offense, China, but your primer is not trustworthy. So also, I use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my paints, so when I do want to leave a nice thick layer of paint, it won't crack, or 99.9% of the time it won't crack. I suppose there must have been some incidents for some reason, whether it was a weather related, a temperature related, what have you, somewhere along the line. But I like my OXO omelet turning spatula, available, best paint spreading spatula around, available on the Amazon link, on my Amazon link, below the video, below the Teespring. I think you have to click show more to open up the rest of that information, where you're going to find a bunch of other cool and interesting information, like my paint pouring recipe, which is pretty handy to have if you don't mind the way my paint looks, which some of you don't. I want to see as little canvas as possible, and then I want to give myself permission to not fuss endlessly. I'm just going to keep dragging that across as gently as possible with a little bead of paint along the edge. I know this is completely inane, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that would like to have a colorful background before I start. And since I'm doing this, I may do some others soon. With the paint that I'm putting down there and covering, I'm also going to go down the end. You may not be able to see me, but I'm just taking whatever paint is on the spatula and I'm sort of just slapping it on the end, because it'll cover more tomorrow. There's definitely more coats coming, and it's good to have a base coat, because that way you have a better chance of the second coat sticking anyway. I could put a bead right along the edge of the canvas, and it might drip down over, but then I might also get drips. Really superly, today's new non-word, superly, yeah, really gently. and it's okay to scrape it off, and probably it's also okay to blow it in place. That may or may not work, but it was worth a shot, especially since once I swipe it again with the spatula, you're going to have to check the bottom of your edges for sure. You got to stop yourself at some point in time, because the paint will begin to set up, and then you'll just be pulling paint off as opposed to putting it on. So I'm going to try and fix this other end. I'm going to try not to fret over things I know are beyond fixing right now. But since I'm here, I'm going to add a bead of paint, pull it down, push it up, pull it along, probably fill that corner in. There's always a corner showing. Well, nearly always. And as far as the edges go, when the paint starts to set up, if you can catch it in time, you can still pull it along and probably help the coverage a little bit. Alright, so just going to use my finger for a second. I hope I've caught the rest of this before it becomes a real issue. Then I'm going to put this in a room where the seeds and the bugs can't blow into it, because my gold painting has some time capsule properties to it. The local fauna with wings and legs. But it's covered in gold, so it'll be charming, right? It is what it is. It's a sign of my work. Is it an authentic Priscilla Batzell? Let's see, are there bug wings in it? Oh yeah, it must be hers. Anyway, so I love you guys. We're at 57,000 subscribers, and probably plus by now. Look at the end screens on the video if you're still here, and you'll find my playlist for over 500 and actually 540 videos last time I checked. Which is kind of insane, but still cool. I want to keep that from flipping out of my hands and blowing over. So I'm going to take this away and say, I love you guys. Thanks for all the contributions that have kept me painting. I'll try and share more informational videos as I go along. If you ask me questions, I'll answer your questions as best I can when I have time. And thank you for the comments. And the more you watch of my videos, the more time you spend watching them, the more money I make, so I can make a living even without selling tons and tons of artwork. And artwork is beginning to sell. And my book is called Because I Can. It's on the Amazon link, and you guys are buying it, and you've given me good reviews, and I really appreciate all of that. So I do sell my art, I mentioned that, and I give classes in Spring Hill at the studio, indoors, air-conditioned, not outside where it's going to be impossibly hot shortly. This is almost April. Could be any time you're watching this. And I'm pretty much done with that for now, and I'll come back again and finish that. And I don't know if there should be a part 2, because that's kind of ridiculous. Because I'm just going to be spreading copper paint. I'm taking a big risk with this, with it being warm out here and the paint setting up. But I am OCD, I've explained that before. I mean, not like diagnosed officially, but I can tell. Other people can tell too. Alright. It is what it is. Stop messing with it, woman. And in the long run, it's just marks. We're probably going to paint over those marks anyway. Alright, you guys, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida. Just painting a canvas copper. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Priscilla out.